What if you wanted to unlock tier 5 troops on the very first day of a brand new server? Now, obviously, besides spending lots of money, what approach would you actually take to get the job done? And this was a question asked in one of my live streams because there's a whale who's signed themselves up to go completely ham on day one of a new server to try to unlock their tier 5 troops. I'll tell you up front, there's two major bottlenecks that you're going to have. It's going to be resources and it's going to be speed ups. But let me tell you about a game where the speed up requirements are way lower and the resources you can farm up like crazy on multiple farm accounts. This is War and Order, a city building war game and the sponsor of today's video. And I've been playing for must be about 4 months now, and I've been having a lot of fun playing this game. And I noticed something very important, which is that to make progress in this game, you don't need many speed ups. The thing you really need is lots of resources. And unlike other games where there's a big cost when you transfer resources, that is not the case in War and Order. So a very common strategy is to run a ton of farms, and it takes a small amount of speed ups. I mean, I've been playing for, as I said, about 4 months, and my bottleneck now is resources. I have the speed ups to actually take my castle, that's like the city hall, up to level 31, the next major upgrade here, but I can't do it because I don't have the resources. And if I was just running a bunch of farms and spending a small amount of time doing that, time I don't have, then I'd be able to make so much progress on my castle. So if you were looking for a game where you can make a ton of progress simply by virtue of doing the work, farming up some resources, consider checking out War and Order. It's a city building war game, and the link will be in the description to download. By using my link in the description to download the game, that will not only support the channel, but it'll let the developers know that I'm the one who sent you, and you can check out things like the awesome beasts that are in this game that can run around with your army. And if you wanted to join us, you could play in my realm. That's realm 1492. You could join us in the Smash Squad. We've got the #1 Alliance by Power and, #3 Alliance by Power. I don't know when that happened. They jumped up a rank, but we've got Academy Alliances as well, so you could start up brand new, play with us in Realm 1492, and using the link in the description will support the channel and let the sponsor of today's video, War and Order, know that I sent you. Before I talk about how you unlock T5 in a single day in Rise of Kingdoms, I do want to remind everybody to consider your priorities in life. Things like saving for retirement, prioritizing your family, having an emergency fund, all are much more likely to bring you potentially joy in your life than spending like crazy in a mobile game, which is what we're about to talk about for unlocking T5 in a single day. Most people will do this over a long period of time to unlock their tier 5 troops, or will do it 100% free to play, but it takes longer. And I want to remind you that the key mechanic in this style of game is time. Time is what you're playing with. The more time you are willing to take to get things, the less you would spend to get those exact same things. So you pay an extreme premium in order to get things sooner. And they'll be using a ton of gems for this person who's going to go in like crazy. In fact, I'll have details at the end of this video if you want to join the group that's going to restart with this player who's going to max out their first T5 troop on day one of a new server. So I'll remind you, the reasons why you should not do this are as follows. Besides the financial implications I already talked about, first of all, it is inefficient in every single way possible. The ways in which it is inefficient is that you will be missing things like kingdom buffs. So 10% building speed, we got the research speed buff as well. When a kingdom buff is fired off in the Lost Temple, which suddenly I can't find, it's all the way over here. You're missing also the kingdom titles. So titles are not going to be floating around. You're missing building speed, research speed titles. Also, you're missing holy sites. No holy sites can be captured. So, for example, in the alliance that I'm in, we've got the following holy sites. We go alliance, boom, holy sites. And what do we have? 5% research speed, 5% building speed. You're going to wish you had stuff like that. Oh, 5% training speed is also kind of nice. And also, you're missing the runes that would come from these holy sites. In fact, because you're in the outermost provinces and you're on a day one of a brand new server, there are not even guardians spawning at these holy sites to drop runes. So if you had a rune, in a best case, it would be an upwards of 15% building speed and research speed. But guess what? No freaking runes. Oh, and Normally, you have the benefit of Alliance technology helping you on your way because Alliance technology does a number of things. If we look at the economic benefits here, there is building speed, and it's actually a lot of it, 8% up front, and then another probably 15% over here. Yikes. Also research speed, same exact story. And also you're missing the benefit of, I think, extra help value. Here it is. Together we rise. The time that you get from every help when somebody helps you, from your Alliance Center, is increased. You get a little bit of a benefit here. So you're missing the bonus minutes from getting helps, okay? You're missing a lot of benefits by trying to do this on day one. Now, I have actually done something similar. I only went to City Hall 25, not Tier 5 Troop Unlock. And to get to City Hall 25 in a single day, it was a 4-hour play session where we did this. It was the release of Heroic Anthem KVK, and I thought City Hall like 16 or 18 was going to be good enough. And it turns out you needed 25. So I power leveled up to 25 in a single live stream. I'll remind you of that at the end of the video for that live stream and a summary video explaining what to do and not do if you're going to try to replicate that. But all that to say, I have been through this experience, and to just get to City Hall 25, I spent about $750, somewhat inefficiently. So let me give you the exact sequence that you would do to do this efficiently for a day one T5 unlock. And by the way, if there's anything I miss, or if you're just enjoying this video, throw a like on the video, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss when this one player who's signing themselves up to go max out a T5 troop on the very first day of a kingdom goes and does this. I will cover it on the channel for sure. We'll stream that. So subscribe so you don't miss it. But here are the steps, step by step, exactly what you do, I think, in order to do this very efficiently. Step 1, you create your brand new account with your jumper group, because of course you want to do this with a big group. You're not just winging it, right? You want to know where you end up. You're going to be really happy. So you do this with a big group, and the civilization you're going to choose is, of course, going to be China. You like Sun Tzu, but you're really here for the building speed. This is where it's at, because you are going to use a lot of speed ups, and for you, this is straight value. So yeah, go China. 100% you want the building speed. From there, once you land in your final kingdom, because you are going to have to buy a lot of stuff, and you want all the people in your alliance to get the benefit of all the gold chests you're going to rain down. So in your final kingdom, when you want to go and start spending, you're going to buy everything in the shop. You're going to buy it out like an absolute crazy person. 100% losing your marbles crazy person, or, very, very wealthy, okay? And you're going to go spend it all. Now, what would you go and buy? I added up the total cost, total gems, total VIP you're going to get out of the deal, okay, using the Baba button where it buys everything in the shop. But I sort of did some rough math here that you would have King's Coronation geared up. You try to time this with a holiday bundle because you urgently need the bundle and the speed ups for a day one unlock here. You get Living Legend, War Machine, Fountain of Wisdom, New World. You get Bumper Season, ideally. Oh, here's Bumper Harvest. Here it is, right? Hopefully that's running at the same time, right? Ideally. It's not always in every kingdom, so you just got to hope that you've got it. The Growth Fund, you get the Gem Store double gems, so you buy every tier of this for the double gems. You get all the VIP packages that you would be interested in. You get the Writers of History that are going to pop, and you get the Castle Growth pop-ups. You're looking at close to $4,000. By my calculations, it was $3,730, but there's probably some bundles I missed, which is an insane amount of money for one T5 troop unlock. Only one. And I don't know if you could even get that with this amount of spend. We'll see when they go to actually execute here. And also, behind the scenes, they're doing the math now on all the different requirements and what the expectations would be and so forth. Now, this would net you, by the way, almost 1 million gems. 969,200 gems by my calculations, and I'm probably a little low on the total amount of gems there because I'm probably missing some of the gem tokens from Writer of History. In fact, I see that I am missing those. So close to 1 million gems. All right? 1 million gems. Hey, it sounds like a lot, but we're talking about T5 in a day. And extremely relevant, you're pulling down about 220,000 VIP points. This is extremely important because that is going to get you pretty far, but not far enough. You will be VIP 10. And I think you want to make your way up to like maybe VIP 12 for the research speed. It's a little bit tricky, and I'm going to talk more about VIP in a minute. But point is, for about $4,000. You get about 1 million gems, and that lands you 220,000, maybe a little bit more, worth of VIP. Day one. Now, that sounds like a lot to work with. Okay, well, let's see how far this would take you. One of the first things that you do after you buy out the shop is that then what you're going to do is open all your gold keys, all your silver keys, every key you get. You're going to open them all. You're going to buy every bundle that comes your way and try to accumulate as much VIP and gems as you possibly can in efficient ways, because once you run out of efficient ways, you start getting really inefficient, like just buying raw gems for $100 for 25,000 gems. That's not where you want to be, right? So you're going to open all the keys. You're going to buy all the pop-ups. From there, the next thing that you do is you apply your VIP points. So you apply all the VIP points you've unlocked, and you apply VIP points to your designated level. I think it's probably a worthwhile consideration to go to VIP 12. I think that the break even might not actually be there. Like the 5% of research speed might not be worth it. We'll do the math on this and I'll come back to you with whether or not this is actually a good way to get T5 on day one, or if it's ultimately going to cost you more than you actually benefit. However, the 5% extra research speed at VIP 12 for a grand total of 350,000 VIPs. So you're dropping 130,000 gems into VIP. Maybe that's a bit much. We'll talk about that in just a bit. And after you've gone and you've gotten your VIP, you buy the VIP bundles. This is very important. A part of the reason I wish you could go up to VIP 13 and 14 is that they have Books of the Covenant. Now, it's easy to forget that in order to get T5 troops, your rally center is going to need to be maxed. And to max out the rally center, man, you've got to get a lot of these Books of the Covenant. So, 20,000 gems worth of Books of the Covenant live behind these higher levels of VIP. VIP 13, which would run you 500,000 total VIP, and VIP 14, which is 750,000 total VIP. The break even isn't there for getting just that item. Like, it cost you way more gems than it would to just buy those items outright to get to these levels of VIP. But obviously, the longer term play is going to be having VIP. But to get T5 on day one, you make sacrifices, and this is the sort of sacrifice you make. Extreme sacrifices to efficiency. If you were doing it over the course of 2 days or could wait just a little bit longer, then you would get a lot of value from all that VIP, man. Let me tell you. One reset of the shop and going through there again, that's a lot more money, though. So let's keep going with this. You apply your VIP. You empty out the VIP bundles that you're going to ultimately buy. Congratulations, you have an Expertise Minamoto. And from there, you're going to go into the VIP shop, and you're going to buy out all the speed ups that you can get yourself access to. Okay, just buy out the speed ups. There's not even that many. There's hour-long speed ups, and there's 8-hour speed ups. You're just going to pick those up, and you will be using those. From here is where we actually start to work toward our T5 and doing major upgrades to your city. So let's talk about the order in which you do this, because this is extremely important, and I messed this up when I was going to City Hall 25. So your first order of operations is actually getting your academy up to level 25. You want to do this as fast as you can because there is a huge research speed boost at 25. Going from just 24 to 25 will give you 25% total research speed, or an additional 7% above level 24. So what you want to do is level up your City Hall, level up your Alliance Center so you can get the maximum number of helps as you go and you do things here. Because every time you get a help, the least it will do for you is it's still 1% of the total time that it reduces per help. So getting more helps is still a big deal, and you do need to take it to 25 anyways in order to get this building to 25, the Academy. So you're going to level up the Alliance Center, which is where you're getting your helps from, all right? You're going to level up your Research Center, your Academy, as you go. And the only research you want to make a beeline for is purely an economic technology. Ignore everything else. The only thing you're going for, as soon as you can get it, is the bonus research speed technology and the bonus building speed technology, okay? This is very important. As soon as you see these, boom, you're going to go get them. That's the game plan, all right? And it's a relatively small amount of speed ups, but it's giving you efficiency toward the rest of what you're going to do. So this seems particularly important to me, that you get these as soon as they're available to you to start to enjoy the benefit of the bonus building speed and the bonus research speed. Now, the group that's doing this jump has already done a little bit of the math, including the amount of resources you would need to get to Academy 25. And this is currently some napkin math, so it may change. But if I'm looking at this and interpreting correctly, their estimation is that you need 730 million food, 678 million wood, and 567 million stone. Wow. That is a lot to get this progress. By the way, that also takes a grand total of 12,661 hours of speed ups before helps and reductions. And you will have helps and you will have reductions. So the grand total of actual time it will take, I'm not entirely sure, but certainly less than that, which, by the way, is the equivalent of about 527 days worth of speed ups. Fun. Now that you've hit the milestone, however, of getting Academy level 25 at a cost of sacrificing literally all the other things that you need to research, you're in the home stretch. The final stretch, now that you've finished your building, is to go for your T5 troops, baby. And to do that is going to require a lot. But before you start jamming out research, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to make your way over back to the civilization screen, and you're going to use the free civilization swap token that you got at, I believe, City Hall level 10, and you're going to switch your way over to Korea. This is one of the few times in the game where switching to the Korean civilization makes sense. And by the way, if you're looking for a detailed guide about which civilizations to play and when, card will be up in the top for that video. Don't worry, though, I'll remind you at the end what the best civilizations are and where you can find that video. So, you're going to switch to Korea for the 3% research speed, and you are going to spam out all the research. You're going to research all the things. Because guess what? To get to T5 troops, you have to max all your economic technology. That is a requirement. 100% of your economic technology must be maxed out. This is going to cost you a lot of resources and a small amount of speed ups. On the flip side of things, your military technology is going to cost you a lot of speed ups and a good bit less resources. Now, there is one hack that you have here to save some amount of speed ups, and that is to ignore almost all of the technology right over here for every troop type except the one T5 troop type you're going to start to unlock first. Okay? So the reason that that's the case is because of the way that the prerequisites work. You're going to have to put 1 point into each of these, I believe, to even get to medical core and to get to some of these back-end technologies that you will have to get to 10. You have to get combined arms to 10. You have to get encampment to 10. You have to get medical core to 10. And those, by the way, are going to require cartography 5. That's going to require combat tactics, defensive formation, and herbal medicine to 10. But let's say you did infantry first, like I did on my main account way back in the day. You could skip doing bodkin arrows and pavis. You could skip doing stirrups and plate armor and ballistics and heavy frame. I think you only have to take them to 1 and just skip the rest of it, and you just go straight down for wood, steel, and scudum, and then medical core, combined arms, encampment, etc. And then you unlock your 1 T5 troop type, and you did it, fam. You did it. T5 troops unlocked on the first day. And guess what? You don't even have a single T5 troop yet, nor a good commander to use them with. But surely, with all those bundles, maybe you got, I guess you do have expertise Minamoto. All right, you have your expertise Minamoto to work with. GG. I think that you could get a ridiculous amount of further progress by virtue of doing this on 2 days, over the course of 2 different days, because then you can buy out the shop again, which gives you a ton more VIP, which gives you a ton more relatively efficient gems. And by the way, we'll have to do the math to see if buying out the shop 1 time as I just walked through will even get you to the finish line. I don't know that it will, because you should really never, unless they changed it, you should never push the gem button to speed something up. The reason is that you don't get the benefit of the helps, and it also deploys your resources very inefficiently. So what you're going to end up having to do is go to the regular shop, and you're going to have to go and buy speed ups 30 days at a time, ideally, for some of the bigger things you need to do. And that's 40,000 effing gems a pop, baby. 40,000 gems a pop! Wow. Now, if all that sounds crazy, and you're looking for a game that requires more resources, which you can farm outright instead of speed-ups, consider War and Order. The link is in the description to download that video. And if you want to see what I spent like a crazy person in an unexpected way and an unexpected time to get myself just to City Hall 25 in a 4-hour window from City Hall, I think it was 16, 18 maybe, It was a crazy fun time. Live stream will be right over here, and then also the summary of what to do and not to do will be over here in just a second. And the info button up top will also have the video about the best civilizations. Good luck and subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss our covering somebody go to T5 troops in a single day.